Today we're stitching a Ballinger canoe together to start doing the joints. I just wanted to run through doing stitching it together using either copper wire or cable ties. So these are good little cable ties to use. You buy them in large quantities at retailers or smaller quantities if you're doing it yourself. Don't buy the cheap and nasty ones, they break very easily. These ones are good quality. Pay a little bit extra, but you'll save it in not breaking them. And the other one's copper wire. So copper wire is, I like using copper wire because you can have the holes closer to the edge and also smaller holes. So we only drill a 2 metre hole. We use 1 metre copper wire and it works quite well, except there's a real technique to it. Whereas the cable ties, you have to drill a larger hole. Like these fellas, you need to drill about a 3.5, 4 millimetre hole to get them through. So that can be a real problem for you. So it means you've got to set your holes back further from the edge than you would with cable ties. Copper wire, the drawback on it is it snaps very easily, and if you just twist, I'll guarantee you'll snap. You've got to pull tight and twist, and when you do that technique you'll get quite good results. So I'll show you in a minute how you do that. To put our copper wires in, we just cut them about 75 millimeters long, maybe a bit longer if you're having any problems, and then put a loop about the center, and then we feed them into the hole. And they feed fairly easily, just through like that. I'll get another one because we've got to do one up here, and you will break the occasional one tightening, especially if you've got a bit of gap and you're trying to pull up. So just feed him in. So the next step is to hand twist them. Just get them up close like that. Give him a couple of twists by hand. It'll twist quite easily by hand. Then once you get a slight twist on it, just get your pliers and grab it and pull it. Grab it and pull it. Move the pliers up a bit if you've started a bit far back. You want to keep it right there. So pull and twist, pull and twist, and that's it. We can go a little bit further on that one. So we'll pull down again. Pull and twist. Don't just keep twisting, or that's when you will break them. So we'll grab him, pull and twist, pull and twist. Simple as that. And that's a copper wire done up. Once you've finished tightening your wire on the outside, just get a small screwdriver or something, even a bit of timber, and push the copper wire down so it pushes down as much as it will inside. That way it's not going to interfere with your fillets when you put it. Just push them down nice and gentle, and it doesn't take a lot of force. And that's your stitching all done. Another technique to keep your seams nice and neat is to tape along the edges. That way you can keep it fairly neat, and when you pull the tape off you got fairly neat lines, and we'll show you how that works once we get some goop in. Jack's now down working from that end along, and once he finishes we'll pull the tape off before it dries. Don't leave it there until it dries or it'll be stuck there. What we're doing here, we're taping the joint, physically taping the joints. The best way I've found is use a thumb and finger, run your hand along and just pull out, and keep your thumb, in my case my right hand, thumb and finger just under the tape, and then push down with your other thumb or finger as you go. So pull out, find your spot, run along, hold it, run along and push down. Okay, that's the best way to do it. We've put our fillets in now, and Jack is pulling off the tape. Notice how he's pulling away from where the fillet is, and pulling away, And notice how it's leaving a nice neat line. Makes a massive difference to the finish of your boat. So we'll spend a little bit of time taping up, and look at these joints here. They're ones that we've already pulled it off. Looks much neater. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put some fiberglass tape over this. So we'll do that next. Next step is, while the fillets are still sticky, get your fiberglass cloth and push down into it. And next step, we'll wet it out. So that's what we'll get into now.